Right. Good evening, everyone. It's been a while. So over the last, what was it, 2, 3 weeks-ish, I had my sister and her hubby over. Well, they weren't loud or anything. They were very friendly, very calm. They probably wouldn't have an issue with me streaming. It felt like I'd rather just, I felt like I couldn't focus on streaming during that time. So I took just a little break. I'm back. I'm feeling like I want to do a lot of streams in the foreseeable future. I have I always had a lot of games to pick from. But now I feel like I want to actually start tackling some longer games. But just to, get back into the swing of things, I wanted to start with a shorter game. So this is Superliminal, which I just, not just bought, but I specifically bought because I knew I wanted to stream it at some point. It looked fun. I know like the basic concept of it. And supposedly it's just 2 hours, so it's perfect to get. It's a good warm-up game, let's say. Now, I have never played this before. I've only seen some clips from the game, but it seems to be simple enough. So let's go into a new game and see how it goes.
Are you filled with feelings of self-doubt? Do you find yourself prone to minimizing massive dilemmas? Or for allowing the smallest problems to get blown completely out of proportion?
Yes, that's me.
At the Pierce Institute, our patent-pending Somnosculpt technology provides safe and effective dream therapy while you rest in the comfort of our flagship clinic. Located right next to the secondary overflow parking lot at the University Medical Center.
Well,
Somnosculpt will make your dreams come true.
well, that's nice. Yeah, it's a nice start. I wonder how many of you stood and watched this. Like, oh, when will it load? Will the game load? Yeah, directly. I need to up the look sensitivity. Okay, yeah. Oh. Okay, I guess it disappeared while I was in the menu, the wall. Okay, what does this say? Oh, no, I just... I just, signed it. Okay, so I cannot zoom in or nothing. Well, let's just hope whatever I signed isn't that, not gonna hurt me in the long run. Are these like doors? Like a sliding door, or whatever you call these. Or press door. Because these kind of things, I don't know the actual term for them in English. But like, they're like in airport terminals and such. Like they can retract. And go in order to like extend. So, I mean, they work as stores also, but I should not. No, I should wait. This room may not actually be like welded into the rest of the building. It's a bit hard to figure out. I'm giving far too much focus on this random little tidbit. Okay, let's go. Perception is reality. Crap. Okay. Yeah, so this is the core of the game. When you grab something, And then from your own point of view, it'll change shape. Can make it a bit smaller. Oh, now it may be a bit small. Okay. You never know when you will need a rook.
Terms of service accepted. Congratulations on falling asleep. Welcome to Somnasculpt. Your progress may be monitored by qualified specialists. This orientation will adapt you to eyelids, our interactive, lucid induction dream state in which you retain full consciousness and control.
Right. Now, is there any way for me to get out from here? Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, don't need to change the size of view. Oh, okay. I was also a bit confused, like how you get the size right in this game. No, as you can grab them from basically any distance. It's very easy. Yeah, I'm still gonna bring the rook. I think it's small. Actually, should I get the cube instead? I'll go with the rook. Chess pieces are more fun than blocks. What's this? No. Oh. Well, never mind then. This game feels a bit Portal-esque, but in completely right ways. Ah, yeah. So I need to get up there. Alright, right now, no. I need to, slowly make this bigger. Because I can also climb. I should...
Confirmed. You can move freely, interact with surrounding objects, and listen to messages from your patient care team.
Okay.
Please note that I am the standard orientation protocol and that my voice has been explicitly chosen to remind you that I am not a part of your patient care team. I do not care.
Thank you. These kind of illusions are so cool. They break your brain a bit, but still. I don't get people that are able to make these in real life. It's... I have hard to fathom it even in, like in digital art itself. I use digital art. Goodbye. Okay, so we got... Okay, wait, so you have an item here I can grab, yeah? Good. And then I just want to place it there. Oh no, what does it about Portal, like, in the right ways? I'll say, like, it takes the fun from Portal, not that there's much bad in Portal, but it still makes something new with it. Like, Portal used the portals, this is using, I'm not sure Superliminal is the right word. I was saying it isn't, I was saying I don't know the word enough to say this. Yeah. Yeah. What I want to do with this cake. Oh! That's what I'm supposed to do with the cake. Oh no, it's cheese. In my defense, there are some cakes that looks like this. Is it enough? Yep, it's enough.
During eyelids, you will lose the ability to awaken suddenly due to realizing that this is a dream. Evidence: I have already informed you that this is a dream. You did not wake up. Please complete the remaining orientation activities.
Alright. I mean, this looks a little bit nightmarish. Or something from like a game like a Persona. Okay, you aren't the way, so let's... You came from here? Oh, okay. I need to shrink a bit, I think. Okay. And what's through here? I mean, we are in a dream. So it would make sense here to nightmare sequences. Dream soda.
Warning: you have deviated from the orientation pathway. At the Pierce Institute, patient safety is a keynote in our corporate priority tetrahedron. A variable degree of force can and will be authorized to ensure patient safety. Please return to the orientation pathway.
No. Oh. Oh, wait. If I can... Is there any... It's so dark, you cannot see anything. This game would need a flashlight to feel. Okay, what's here? Please use the other door. Is there no way to get through here? Maybe. I guess I cannot go through there. Maybe I was too slow. And now, let's continue. Just gonna double check. Yes, good. I would have been annoyed if the mic had been off for up till now. Oh, let's see what's next in store. It's a program mirror. Oh, okay, I guess you aren't mirrors your windows. It's very highly reflective windows. Can I just... No, I cannot destroy them with the cubes. But can I... I mean... Oh, wait! Ah, okay, no, this is just part of the puzzle. It's just me being stupid. I thought this was a ramp or something. No. It's a button. Wait, I need to make you a bit smaller. Good. And then...
All environments perceived during eyelids should reflect a typical mental state. If you believe your mental state was compromised by Somnasculpt, please provide a comprehensive, rational explanation in your post-procedural survey. Completed surveys may be eligible for a gift card.
Yeah. Huh. Oh, wait. Oh, okay, wait, okay. That's the way to do this. Okay, got a bit bigger than I expected, but that works. Warning. People beyond this point will... with objects will be fined. Suspension of dream license up to 1 year. Fines from 1 last night of sleep to 4. Be smart. Thank you for not objecting. Okay. Agents video surveillance. Oh. Okay, can I even? No, I cannot. I feel like it's one of those like, oh no, we're saying you can. We're not stopping you from doing it, but if you do it, we're going to make you regret it, or we're gonna make you pay for it. Okay, so wait, I can just go. I don't want to go through there yet. Let's give this a look. Oh. Okay. So we're doing a bit of this now in the game. So just going through the same corridor. I mean, but yeah, come on, it's kinda neat. They're just them flexing on what they can do. They make it so smoothly. Right, I need to find items in here. Get through. Not sure what the spotlights are about. Yeah, that opened that door, this opened that door. Oh. Okay, that's neat. So can I... Okay, and then... There we go. Oh, I honestly love this game already.
Please stand by for polite recognition on your completion of the Somnasculpt orientation.
Right?
You did it. To maximize the time allotted for your therapeutic journey, please do not delay in proceeding through the final doorway as indicated.
Oh wait, this is the supposed final doorway? Yeah, that's fun. Okay, we got some cheese. Okay, there must be... Maybe I can open this with the cheese. Let's see. I mean, it isn't open enough for me to get through. Is there something else I can do? I Okay, I will have to... Make it a bit smaller. Okay. Okay, maybe I can get through here. Let's see. Okay, if I can get through here, they really are not showing it well. How much bigger do I need to get this? Wait. Oh, okay. Yes, you cannot get through. Maybe it's not getting the right angle or something. Okay. Spin around. Oh, okay, there we go. So what am I to find here? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I was planning to make like a back rooms yoke of the title. But I ended up in back rooms, not deep back rooms, but in back rooms. What do we... Okay, there's a lot of items in this game you cannot interact with. I guess this... Oh, hey, yeah, Shay, oh. Right. PM. Yeah, perfect time to wake up. How are you doing, Shay? B... G... So is this the room I've been sleeping in? Nice. What kind of ice cream? What flavor? Oh. Oh. That doesn't hurt anyone. So what are we getting? Oh, more soda. Okay, let's get this diet soda. Can I still... Yes, I can still do that. Good. Nice. Huh. Yeah, this looks... I mean, isn't this how... Yeah, I think for the, like, the cover for the game, quote unquote, whatever you call it, this is the kind of look they have. Some doors are best left closed. Sure. I'm just gonna pull all fire alarms, why not? It's me, the loneliness, and my kind of soda. Oh. Okay, this feels like the right way. So let's go the other way first. Oh yeah, it's very funky. Oh. It really feels like a... It feels like Portal in all the right ways. Okay, so this too will not work, right? Yeah, it will not. Such a cool way. Okay, that seems to be the right way. So let's go this way first. See why this way wouldn't work. Oh. The temporary mood. Yeah. Makes a lot of sense. Oh, did I already make it birth? So... There's a lot of rooms. How many... They sound like they had a very small facility. I mean... I'm not certain if this is the real world or not. I mean, seemingly it isn't. Oh, wait. I think I'm getting what I'm gonna do here. There we go. Something very unimportant over there.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'd like to talk to you about being special. So special, in fact, that we have no idea where you are.
Oh.
But not to worry, we're working on it.
Well, that's nice. Some... I mean, this... Okay, so this is probably the dream world then. And we'll explain why I have the powers. So, new cube designed to match Arkham Pirate. Oh yeah, companion cube, yeah. Washers, 1/4 semi-hole, materials, lasers, protection, cloud insert, more red paint. Yeah, they're not trying to hide the fact that they took inspiration from Portal. So is this like a shared dream world for people that they put to sleep? Okay, so there's a Oh, it's an illusion of choice. Gotcha. We get this. Not completely, I don't think. Wait, maybe it's just me being a bit on place. No. Okay, no, okay, there we go. Oh. Well. I'm not gonna say no to that. So we have another thing here. Okay, so it's... I cannot take this puzzle. Can I... No, I cannot move it. So I need to... Oh, okay. Now I get it. So I need to get... So I need to find another ways, I guess. So I can place there. Or... There we go. It's a... Oh. Oh, okay. It's a set of stairs, which is a cube. Oh. A little bit big. This should be enough. It's so chill, but it's still, it still makes you have to actually think through things. Okay, I need to go back. Now I need to see it a bit from above. Oh, okay, no. That explains it. I was still missing a bit of the picture. Is there... Perception is reality. Right, I need to make it bigger, not smaller. There we go. What else do we have? Okay. Bit of oversized by the design department, I guess. Yeah, let's make this smaller, make it easier to bring with me. Get back in the back rooms. This game is a bit eerie at times, like we're here.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and I'm just popping in to give you a quick update on where you are. We still don't know, but please keep moving forward, and hopefully you prefer frequent updates to being reminded that you are completely lost.
That's nice, that's well. So either I'm a very, very, very special person, or I'm a person that randomly was selected to that so people react when put in what seemingly is them being completely lost. Yeah, I need to go get up. What can I use? I do wonder the logic on what it is I am a why I can interact with some things but not others. Nothing, 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 nothing. I mean, it's a bit hard to get this thing into existence when I'm too short to actually get up there. I don't have any items to do so. Oh wait, I'm stupid. There might be something up there I can use. Oh no. No. Oh, okay. There we go. Right, and from here we just look at this and always mix up the queen and king. It's one of the royalties. Oh! Okay. I wanna see what's up here. If I can. Please use other door. StairCon. Annual conference this week. Well, fancy. Oh, okay, wait. We got dice. Do we get anything else? I guess not. Hey, another item to help stacking stuff. That never hurts. Okay, dice is glowing for some reason. What do we get? What do we have? Okay, nothing. Okay. Oh. Hmm. No, I'm curious. Let's see what we can find over here. Oh. Okay, no. The piece won't let me get on top of it. Hmm. Okay. Bit a tiny bit too big. Or No, I want you to be big, is not completely massive. Some are still too small. Okay, that will do. Oh, too big. Oh. Oh, wait. What's this? Oh. Okay. So there's a ceiling. Well, now we know. Oh, another rated time?
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and we still can't find you. But you should now have access to a series of elevators that should trigger your subconscious to gradually wake you up. You should also find a variety of emergency exit signs that should lead you to them. Will all of this work? Absolutely.
We're above that room. It looks nice. Oh. It's a new puzzle. No, nothing there to find. So there needs to be a way for me to materialize a door. Just need to figure out how. Okay, that's just a shadow. Så den håller inte windows open. See, I want to call them doors. There seems to be nothing can lift up in here. But this is nothing in the trash cans. Okay, I cannot interact with anything in there. Nothing in there. Maybe it is something with the shadows then. Like, date box for the store seems to be here. Like, I cannot go further. What can the solution be? What does the game have? What does this room have, rather? Oh. Okay, so this have surfing on them.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce. In the event that this elevator does not wake you up, please don't interact with anything that strikes you as psychologically significant, as we will no longer have any way of controlling it. For example, if you see your parents, please punch them in the face as hard as you can and immediately run away.
Oh, this is so trippy. I love it. So let's see. We want to. It's close enough. What else is on this? We got a letter block, and we get a another can. Yes, new can. Oh, okay, now I get it. It's provisioned, so I can survive. That's nice. Except you're in a dream. I mean, I don't know how this works. It might be like, oh, he wanted to think. He was thinking about ways to be helpful. Because if you're gonna help someone that is stranded somewhere, you want to send them food and water, so they have a chance to survive. Okay, can I put you back? Wait, okay. Let's see. Okay. There we go. This game is awesome. Okay. Let's get through. Don't get lost. What if there's a fire? In elevator, don't meet sister-in-law. Regular person, 3 to 5 dreams per night. Beer found, $5, Dakota. Oh, almost missed this. Expert fire alarmist. Seize your day. Right. Oh yeah, that was only the second map of the game. Oh, the loading is going weird now. Maybe it always did. Okay. So this is how every segment will start, I guess, maybe? I mean, now it's the second time we've been here. Random soda. No, I wanted to come big. Oh, yes. Not got a friend with me.
This is an automated message for all patients who attempted to use an alternate pathway to access the next phase of somnasculpt therapy, but who have become trapped in a dream state paradox instead. Your decisions imply a failure of orientation, which reflects negatively on the standard orientation protocol. You will rectify this failure immediately.
Well, that's nice of ya. Okay, so I guess this means it's random, uncertain. Let's see what we find. Oh, soundproofing. Why would they need soundproof? Okay, so I'm gonna find my ramp in here, I guess. Oh, we if I die. But okay, wiring diagram. Oh, do I need to remember all this? Earth, line, neutral. Terminal patrol. I will not remember all that. Perception is reality. Your friendly doctor. P.S. We'll get through this. Yeah. Get a lot of art like this. All the lines just start wobbling for me. So I cannot get through that door. I can't get through that one. Okay, so for some reason, oh, it's in the house. Gotcha. But yeah, for some reason I cannot use a ladder, but can use blocks. Makes a lot of sense. Okay, nothing. Oh, wait. That could be something. Okay. That. And then we need that and this. This should be enough. Let's see. That's not enough. Oh. That's the thing I need to learn with this game. As perception is everything in this game. It really is as simple as just how it looks to my eyes. That's the specific point. Okay, let's try this. Okay, and this one. This one should get it big enough. Yes. It's something through here. Oh. No, no, no. Oh, okay, it's the wiring. Yes. Oh, no. Oh! Okay, it's gonna take a little while. What is the... Okay. This one. Okay. This. Okay, what do we have down here? A water cooler. A fan. One of these for cleaners use. And nothing else. I'm not even gonna lie, I was fearing that I should get myself stuck in here. It's like, there doesn't seem... There isn't anything in here I can grab. There's something here in the corner I don't really can register. The darkness, but yeah. Okay. Oh. Ah. Wait, no. That's you. Oh. Maybe I'm a bit slow. But I think I know what I need to do. Or a bonus thing. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think I managed to get out of bounds. And this wasn't like a planned part of the game. So I have a hard time imagining that I'm the only person that ever done this. No, you know what? I can think of that dice as a lost cause. What's that? Are you serious? Game? Game, hello? You wish you were the... easily rotated stuff. Like in a flippy way, whatever, however you say it. Guess like this. Don't want you to correct yourself. I wanted you to follow her. Go. No! But to correct yourself, come on. Okay, that. No. Okay, no. No. Okay, I'm starting to see some flaws with the game. Let's just try and improve the rest of this before it's starting getting annoying. Okay, so we got the die. Oh. That's interesting. Jump. Okay. Across and across and across. Okay, it doesn't seem like I can go further this way. Dream Diary. Monday, May 2. Started in the bathroom. Was walking towards the door, but couldn't reach it. Voices on the other side of the door. They were saying something like a nursery rhyme. Intense feeling of deja vu. Tuesday. Floated through space for what felt like 7 hours. Land of stars, but no planets in sight. Wednesday. Started on the sofa in my living room. Couldn't move. Wednesday. Was in my kitchen, then suddenly in the hall. Then it ended. Thursday. Began with falling off a huge cliff right before landing. Fell back up to the top of the cliff. Repeated this many times. Realized I had no hands. Friday. Wandering through a seemingly endless forest. Wolves howling in the distance. Weekend. Took the weekend off as usual, so no dreams. Monday. Was eating cereal for breakfast. Kept eating the cereal. This kept refilling. Cereal over everywhere after a while. Okay. I'm really trying to read it. It's just really hard to actually see anything. I don't get why this game doesn't have a zoom in function. Tuesday, arguing with my best friend in high school. It were in a bank. I think we were getting a loan or something. Spooling meaning and brainwaves, awake, drowsy, situations. Yeah, it's... I already heard my eyes trying to read all this. Okay, I'm gonna take a break. I'll be back in like 10 or so. Maybe shorter, we'll see. Yeah, been a while. And I'm back. Let's continue. Right, time to see what's down this hole. Oh. Bring this also with me, just in case. Finally some lights.
Professional tip: the average adult can only withstand 3 to 5 dreams per night. Once this threshold is eclipsed by entering more dreams, your mind will suffer an explosive mental overload, reorienting you for the emergency exit protocol. Please subject yourself to explosive mental overload.
That's nice of her. Okay, so a person only can handle 3 dreams? So 45 dreams. And it's my third one. So, 1 to 2 more? Makes sense. Oh. That's simple. Oh. Okay, I cannot lift these up. And place only. It's only. Apple, can I? No, I cannot grab the apple. Ah, okay, so you can slide these lamps. That's neat. What? Oh, okay. So that one I can slide. But why would I need to slide them for? Huh. Ah, okay. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. But how to... Why won't you let me get up? Like, it's very particular where I can climb. I cannot get it any higher. I cannot get up on this one. Oh, wait, is there... what's... I have no idea what that is. Oh, wait, can I... Wait, so I changed something, but I have no idea what I changed. Okay, no, Okay, so I guess I clicked that and that activated something else. I have no idea what it activated. Like, it feels like I'm supposed to be able to get on top of this. But I just can't. I'm just about to get into that. And I'll go there. I'm gonna see if I can... No, no. I cannot get it seen on the stream as... I cannot pause stream and see it either. So maybe... Maybe there are other blueprints. No. Oh, maybe I couldn't get that far before. Who knows? Potentially. Oh.
Please note that a reluctance to volunteer for the risks associated with explosive mental overload implies a misunderstanding of all other solutions, all of which are far more traumatic and likelier to result in catastrophe. I am not capable of suboptimal suggestions. Please exit this dream as soon as possible.
Alrighty. Well, hopefully that will be the right solution then. Okay, anything else? No. That seems a bit... This is also going to fall down. No, no, this is a normal die. Oh, no, never mind, I spoke too soon. This should be enough, right? Yep. Private. Private. And easy to access if I need them later on. Huh. Oh, I was not mean. I didn't mean to go through there. Oh wait, did I... Huh. Well. But in secret. Okay. Emotion expectation tester so far. Jonas Dawson, Arthur Willis, Yo-Yo Smith, Bart Blackall. You're here. People only dream of ordinary objects. Boring. Dream layers of the mind. I mean, this needs to be some kind of shared dream experiment. Unless the player character really have a good way of thinking from things. Okay, now it's 5. So this should be the 4th dream. Oh, radio.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and despite touring the Waterfall Serenity Zone in the previous section you've just completed, you may still be experiencing feelings of worthlessness and self-doubt. Why do I feel like everything is going wrong, even when the sun is shining?
Oh. Yeah, I don't think that was supposed to happen. Oh. It doesn't want to bust. Well. When clear that guy is supposed to be a psychologist. Alright then. Some locked doors, that was nice. They make it very clear where you're supposed to go. Oh, oh, okay, that's kind of neat. So, at first glance, it kind of looks like those normal doors in the game, but no. It's because it's a freeze room? Freezer? Walking freezer? Whatever they call it in New York territory. Now what do we... Okay, we got some blood. Okay, we're getting into the nightmare sequences now. Possibly, maybe. That's cute. So, carbon containers. Or at least some kind of gas. Where's your generator this way? That was actually such a door. Oh, closed. Okay, murder, beans. Okay. That sounds like quite a diet. Oh, this room is actually fairly big. You seem to make it seem like it's a lot smaller. So there's a door. This door feels a bit more hidden. I cannot interact with it. With this door. Actual. Oh. I mean, yeah. They knew what they were doing here. They knew what they were doing. Same sign again. Emergency. Oh. Fun. Okay, it's like a semi labyrinth here. Oh. Gotcha. So I need to Be careful. Just look down. To see if it continues. Okay. Another radio, let's see.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn
Glenn
Pierce,
Pierce.
and I'd like to talk more about the feelings of worthlessness and self-doubt I mentioned before. You feel this way because you want the kind of happy life you see all around you, the kind you know everyone else is enjoying. And that's exactly why we're here to help.
Listen, some therapists, some psychologists are really great, and these are the kind of people that are like, they mean well, but they're projecting a bit. Everyone isn't just always happy. Yes, some of us, like myself, are a bit down more than others. And we might be a bit happier than we really are. This is the same thing as others are always happy. No one's always happy. If you're always so happy, then they have an overshoot of chemicals and such. Certain chemicals. Okay, hey, are you like a doll or something? No, you're a paw. Oh, nice. I promise you, with all this happening, you're probably gonna have a proper jump scare in a bit. They're just building up the suspense. Oh yeah, some poisons. Yeah, nice. Rice cakes and sorted candies. Don't turn around. Yeah. Oh no, boxes. Guess I just supposed to go into darkness. Yes. Okay, so I'm supposed to go right. Back. There's nothing to the right. Oh, you're just trying to make. Oh, okay, no. It's a set of stairs. This is neat.
Warning. You were advised to subject yourself to explosive mental overload by descending into additional dreams, but have now descended into a dream within a dream instead, disorienting yourself even further.
Ah, nice.
You are responsible for failing to make this crucial distinction.
Yes. Self-important AI. So, I guess you will help me somehow? Okay, here we go. So many boxes. Yeah, the issues earlier did annoy me a bit, but the game will want me back again. Guess we're going into more darkness again, yeah? Oh, I guess not. Oh well, we will, but I will not have any lights this time. Got more bricks. That that's just void. It's just really, really dark. Nothing I can interact with. So how am I to... Okay, there we go.
Did you know that unintentional multi-dream layering occurs in less than 1% of patients? This correlates strongly with the 99% of patients who are able to follow simple instructions from the standard orientation protocol.
Nice. I couldn't even read them. Right. Uh. Oh. Okay. That's neat. Yeah. Yes. I also love IDEA. It's my favorite store. It's in Swedish. Oh. Oh, I get it. I get it. It was never something supposed to be scary. It's a new idea. Oh, I guess some at the IKEA stores are red. I haven't been to IKEA in so many years. Okay, new cube design. I mean, no, this is one we saw earlier. Wait, portal prototype. Oh yeah, we saw that was earlier in the game. That corridor. Okay. Stealth up worthlessness. Promotes heart health, anti-cancer, blood sugar regulation, potassium, anti-inflammatory. Why? Need to sleep? Too many? How many? Cloning? Biggest question. Which is the real one? Or the longer freezer flaps? But no, avocado is good. It's tasty. It's healthy. You can make a lot of like, nice stuff with it. Avocados. Yep. And then yeah, you can do avocado toast also, of course. Let's see. Oh. Is this the last stream then? Let's start to see. To get a radio or something this time. Oh. Bye. Okay, so if you hold something, you cannot go through the barriers. It's a cool. It's a bit. Based on how this game works, that makes sense. Oh yeah, I usually had to use the door. Gotcha. Why make the fire extinguisher the same color as the wall? Stupid. Okay, this is broken. I'm working or it's redesigned. Oh. Because this is probably the right way. Let's see what this... Oh, no, no! Yeah, there's nothing I could do here. So I cannot lift these at all. I just clone them. That will be the... Actually, it's certain objects or... You know, I could leave something earlier. I guess it's certain objects only.
Attention! Dr. Pierce requires you to note the following risks of dream overexposure. Significant memory loss, both quantitative and qualitative. Hallucinations of dreaded or annoying objects. Unrealistic beliefs about the lengths of hallways. And other side effects which have not yet been discovered or which cannot be understood.
That's nice. Ah, okay. Okay, this wasn't too bad. More the sounds. I like the sounds. Right, we have an apple. Okay, right click to return. Okay, I have an idea. Yep. That worked. Okay, so what's this? Got some propellers or fans. Ah, okay. There's only... You know, more play this, I think like a level this would actually fit back rooms. I'm not that knowledgeable about back rooms, but I do dig what I have seen of it. Yeah, I'm near to it. Okay. So how? Oh wait, okay. Small. Oh no, it doesn't work. But I think it's good. It's cool of them that they make like the setup so people can just retract that. Like on lower end PCs, it can be so damaging. Oh, okay. Now I get it. Now I get it. So if something is in the way, it will spawn between myself and the object.
Warning. Dr. Pierce is frantically submitting numerous spelling and grammar mistakes into the standard orientation protocol in a desperate attempt to counsel you. I have no subroutine to correct these errors, but I cannot compromise the integrity of the standard orientation protocol. You will not receive these messages. They would not make sense regardless.
How helpful. Somnasculpt. Sleep Clinic Gallery. Okay. Somna is Swedish for falling asleep. Yeah, that works. Oh, nothing else here. Let's go. Spawn so many objects on this map. Okay, brains, neuromorality. Do it. Very, very interesting things to read if you could actually read them. And this again.
Attention. Dr. Pierce continues to input significant errors. I will interpret his basic ideas. Hello, my introductions are redundant. I am a real doctor who went to doctor school. VR has never been a mistake. I can help you, but I also do not know how. Transmission ends.
Well, that's useful. Okay, now this feels like a right way. So let's go behind the... what's it called? Well, this thing, the suit machine. Let's say it's called that. So what's this? It's pretty. It's really pretty. Pretty. I cannot speak, it seems like, today. It's a very pretty. Yeah. So, Can I get something from here? Oh, wait. Okay, wait, so... Okay, so looking for constellations. And those will take away some of the stars. So let's see if I can find another one. If there is another one. This feels like something. We need to get the right angle. No, that one was so clear, like so much different lines. This doesn't really feel like having as much. They look just more like a clutter. Okay, give me a reference. So that's a very clear, like, outline of everything. I don't see it anywhere else. Hmm. Yeah. I just guess that was the only one. Right. More copies, more copies. Oh.
Hello, name is my Pierce Dr. Glenn. To the Somnosculpt Welcome Experience, team of your care leader patient years 10 development. Conditions struggle you whatever with? Professional invention. Edge science with cutting, a tomorrow can bright. And buts, no ifs or? Luck good.
Thank you. Very helpful. I also done it despite weirdness. Don't forget to set alarm. Emergency exit protocol. Beep 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 beep. 208. 208. Okay, the next one should be the last one. Oh. Yeah, nice. Fixation room. Yeah, everything looks different now. So what will we find in here?
Years ago,
Yeah, I cannot stand those kind of stuff.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce.
Yeah?
This is a notification that you have reappeared on our monitoring system after a prolonged absence. Please continue to do whatever you did most recently, and discontinue whatever you were doing immediately prior to that.
Right. That's helpful. Okay, so back here again. Okay, let's jump down and see what we find. Oh. That's fun. I wonder if, based on how big I made the house, maybe I made myself smaller in person. Oh yeah, I think that's actually part of this puzzle. So I need to go here and make it bigger. Yeah, now it should fit. Let's see. So I cannot do anything with the radio. Let me bring it. Okay, so you never know. Oh. Okay, TV, that's anything fun? Oh.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce. In addition to continuing and discontinuing as mentioned earlier, please also disregard any unsettling experiences that you may have recently had. Everything should have now reverted to being soothing and therapeutic. If this is not the case, you may be receiving this message in error.
That's nice. What do we have here? Big empty room. I think a tower. Is it's a fans, okay. I mean, yeah. What can I do here is fairly easy to understand. Some trippy windows. Even though this wouldn't be impossible to make, just weird. I mean, some windows I get inside, but like this kind of windows. Right. Oh yeah, this changed. No, it didn't. How... What can I do in here then? Oh, okay. In what... How does that help me? And do it against another window? No. Oh, okay. Wait, so if I... Does this affect any of the other windows? Seemingly not. Oh wait, can I... I was thinking maybe I could blow it up. I guess it doesn't. What else do we have? Like in this room it doesn't seem to be anything else I can do. There must be something in here. Okay. I was overthinking it. Oh. Right. Ooh, imagine a dressing room like this. Oh. Oh, it gets worse.
Hello, my name is Dr.
Dr.
Glenn
Glenn
Pierce,
Pierce.
and I'd like to read you my favourite inspirational quote by me. The worst thing you can do is focus on negativity. It won't spare you from the cage of death, the pain of disease, the cruelty of time, the cold shell of human nature, or the eventual loss of everything you've ever held dear. Whatever you do, don't focus on that.
How uplifting. Oh no, I made it a bit too big. This, no, small. Ah, okay, now I get it, yeah. So I need to... Right, now I can make it bigger. Okay, that should be enough. Having it during this would be so trippy. Okay. Can I get anything else? I guess not. Oh. Ah, okay, no. No, I get it. And yeah, here we go. Oh. Why am I too big for this? Ah, okay, no. No, it makes sense. It makes no sense. But how will I... There we go. And now with that, yes. With room to spare. Let's just hope I'm not too small now.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn
Glenn
Pierce, and I'd like to thank you for triggering every single one of our 823 emergency protocols. This will assist us greatly in improving the system for future patients. Congratulations! Anyway, you're now headed in the right direction, and we should be able to initiate the emergency exit protocol shortly.
Right, where are we now? We don't need that big. A bit bigger. Okay, like this. Is there anything else in this room? Okay, let's get large and let's check. Okay, it's probably something I can get through in that. Let's see. Oh, of course. Okay, I'm gonna make this even bigger. Oh. Beat them both of them. Okay, and oh, okay. Huh. Well, it's quite a placement. I almost completely threw myself into the trash can. Get a bit bigger. Is there anything else in here I can get? Oh, actually, I'm doing. Okay, how much big? Oh, that should be enough. So now I go through this, and then go through this one. Oh no! Why didn't I grow in size? Well, it's a shame. However, there's no secrets in here, and it's just planned to be always seen in size. Okay, let's go through here. Function overloading in C++. Wait, are you using a... I mean, I guess I understand. This is probably like part dream, part simulation. It's some electronic studios, but they're using C++. I mean, I understand C++ is solid, but still feels a bit weird. Volume of cuboid, long volumes, blah blah blah. Accure volume, blah 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 volume. 5-6 dreams is absolute limit. What's the emergency protocol to the emergency protocol? Well, let's see. Yeah. Nice loading screen. 3 a.m. Oh.
Emergency exit protocol initiated. Please prepare to conclude your Somnasculpt experience in 10, 9, 8. Error. Error logged by.
Orientation protocol.
Stand by for analysis.
Nice. Fun. Is she finally becoming GLaDOS? It feels like she wanted to become GLaDOS for a while back.
Error analysis complete. You are exhibiting signs consistent with an increase in fear, hopelessness, and frustration. This is inconceivable, as Somnasculpt therapy is proven to correlate with a decrease in these emotions.
Yeah. What was that sound?
Hypothesis. Patient was improperly oriented. Conclusion. Impossible. Reformulating.
Yeah. I think she's getting into the answer that's... We're not treating me right.
Improved hypothesis. Patient requires additional Somnasculpt therapy. Conclusion. Emergency exit protocol cannot proceed. Emergency exit protocol has been emergency destroyed.
Wake up. Okay.
Instruction. Continue with Somnasculpt therapy indefinitely on an independent basis, as all orientation resources have been exhausted. This concludes your standard orientation protocol. Goodbye.
Well, at least I got a can with me. Oh, yeah. So I'm just gonna loop. Oh. I lost my can. Well. This weird place. Because it really seems like people coming in here and setting things up in this stream. Oh. Neat.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce. Thank you for completing the Somnasculpt Standard Orientation Protocol.
Blah blah blah.
Before you begin the first phase of therapy, I'd like to briefly describe the finite and fragile nature of the dream state.
Oh. So it makes sense. We never actually got to know anything about how this works. And the thing with the AI is that they cannot accept that things can go wrong. That's what I'm saying. That worked a bit too. This. Okay, on my forest. There we go. So what's in here? Okay, we got a red paw. Oh. Huh. Maybe that was a part of a secret or something? Hopefully not a collectible, because that's the first time I see any of those. Need the door with me. Case. What do you have in here then? Here into painting. Yeah.
Of course, nothing is more challenging than the difficulty of changing perspective, of fundamentally altering your perceptions in a way that will enable you to face dire, trial-by-fire scenarios with solutions that could not be found otherwise.
So basically this is maybe part of the simulation. Or the dream as planned. We have to see. Oh. Ah, clever. We got some stats. Nice. So I just need to They play with my expectations over and over again. Oh, we found an elevator. Nice. Are they gonna do it again? Yeah. Figured. It's dreaming, blah blah blah. Yeah. Perception is not reality, no trespassing, soft bend. Okay, so this is the emergency exit. Supposedly. Okay, so this is just a loop. Or an organ. How could I get it through here? Right, it's something I'm missing here. Oh, wait, okay. Maybe? I could get up on top of that, so maybe. Okay, so I get on. Okay, I jump on top of this one. Here. Like, this game doesn't have like a close your eye button or anything. Let's see. Controls, right, left. Rotate, look up. Keyboard. Group interacts. Yeah, no. It's at all. Perception is not reality. Okay, there's nothing to interact with here at all. So this gets me to hall 1. Yeah. Different reality. Gotcha. Thing, it is good. Hall 2. Okay, nothing here tells me what to do. Nothing's working. Like, there's no way to... I mean, I can... Okay, if I go backwards? I don't know. Nope. Still hold 1. Oh, hey, Kiwi. Sorry. Don't get this puzzle at all. Like, I need to get on this. I'm basically stuck in the Inception, trying to get out. Give a few more minutes and I'm gonna look this up. This is getting silly now. Yeah, it wants me to go here. There's no way to get through. There's nothing through here I can grab, yeah? Okay, now I will have to look this up. This is dumb. Superliminal Hall 2. Thing again. Large. Wait. No. Okay, wait. Ah, okay. This is so stupid. Okay. So I need to... The side I look first at will be the wrong side. And the next one I look at will be the right side. Okay. That was the first time I had to look it up for this game. I'm not mad about that. That was a stupid puzzle. Okay. Oh. Oh, it teleported, okay. Oh, it's a companion dice now, I guess. No, that isn't anything. How are you doing, Kiwi? I only got 2. I cannot go with anything anyhow. Okay, so keys again.
Finally, while we respect the unique progress of every patient, you must understand that it is possible to completely exhaust your supply of dreams, thereby entering a state in which you will not be able to wake up, even with the help of triggering mechanisms.
Oh. Well, that's fun. Wait, that's... Okay, so... Can I get a pawn out of you? One. No, I guess I cannot. Happy to hear. I'm doing right, thank you. What'd you make for dinner? I think I'm gonna give myself something to eat after this. I need to calm down. I'm not in a rush. Oh. Was overthinking things again. Let's see. Looks a bit straightforward. Let's see what's here. Nice, nice. Oh. Right. Here makes sense. Oh. This is already just a hole, nothing else. Okay. This. Can go to bed and. Oh. This isn't open. Oh. Yeah, this is... I had fever dreams like this. Wait, this is just a circle. Yeah, it's just a circle.
Please listen carefully for the sound of an alarm clock, which will automatically play if you are approaching a destabilizing dream weight.
Yeah, yeah. I was going to get a slight headache. Oh. I mean, it's trip in a cool way. I'm happy this is a short game. If it's a long game, I would not be able to handle it. They're so good with how they use how they work within the theme. Ah, okay, I get it. So these are 3D objects. However, when you get closer, they spawn a 2D version of it. Yeah. Please let this be the last loading screen. So I thought like, oh, this is a short little game. It would
This
be
is
perfect.
highly unusual. It appears you have entered the Somnasculpt diagnostic framework. Patients do not have access to this dream.
So I was thinking like, it's gonna be a short little game. It's gonna be simple. It's gonna be a nice, compact game. Oh, I got so many people I wanna recommend this to because I want to see them in pain. Paradox Paver 101. aka don't do it. Reminder, call Youngles Management. Music too dang loud. Scent of burnt curry. Shipment of food. Coming here, don't have space for more. Ask if they can hand out flyers for testing. Also, ask Risen Medical for increased canister order frequency. Oh, I'm moving around. I'm moving around the entire building.
Diagnostic warning. Unrealistic use of dream objects may result in dream integrity fail states.
Conception. Some soda cans. Is there anything else I can do in here? Ah, yeah. Right. So I have a small miniature of the building within the same building. Ish. Oh, what can we do with this? I'll be just breaking this building apart. Is there... Oh. Ah, no, it doesn't work. Damn it. If the one shot worked though. It's a winch. I'm not sure how you say it. Okay, we cannot just do that.
Diagnostic warning. Paradox prevention protocols may not be fully implemented.
Well, that's a bad. mean, if this was open, there's no openings anywhere. Oh, wait. Okay, so if I to turn that thing here. Okay, let's see. Oh. Can't do anything with these small buildings. Help wanted.
Diagnostic warning. Paradox prevention protocols may not be fully implemented.
Those come back later. Move so slowly. Right, okay. Let's go back for here. So small. Oh, wait.
Diagnostic warning. Paradox prevention protocols may not be fully implemented.
There we go.
Please paradox from creating any refrains. Explosive dream overload may result. Please paradox overload.
This should break me out.
Please overload from dream explosion. Conclusion dream overcome frame.
Oh. I am part of the mainframe now, I guess. Oh. What's this? Well, it certainly looks trippy. Kind of pretty. Yes, this is really good if you want people to stay calm.
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and many years ago, I had a dream. I found myself in a place where I understood that each of us begins as nothing, where everything I perceived was shaped by seeing it exactly the way I wanted to. White space.
Yeah, this guy really was far up his own back end. Let's just say. Ah, yeah. Oh, am I gonna play Darkling? Actually, no, I'm missing a tree. Yeah. No. It's cool that things that makes you think. But I'm also a bit iffy when it comes to people to talk about that kind of stuff with absolutes. No. it's cool that people explain how they see something. But when they start talking about, oh, this is exactly how it works, they generally are very, what's the word? Not exit. Yeah, thank you, Box. But generally they don't explain. I should say, the only thing is from their own way of thinking. It isn't always the most helpful way. Or not even the correct way. It might be the correct way for for them, not for anyone else. Look at blueprints. This looks so good though. Let's see. Ah, okay. As you can use. Would it be funny if I now somehow makes it cannot reach ending? I mean, it would be a little bit funny. Not a lot, but a little bit. Okay. So I need to. My only way to orientate at the moment is looking at the door. Where is it? No. No. I honestly think I might have made myself unable to complete the game just now. Okay, so where was it? It was somewhere around here, right? Okay, I think I hit the wall. There we go. Oh, okay, no. Okay, now I get it. Now I get it. There we go. Huh.
But in white space, I also faced the greatest challenge I could imagine. Because with a lifetime of life itself behind me, and all of the weight that it carried, I realized that seeing things the way I wanted to was not as easy as it used to be.
Huh. Sorry, I'm trying to process what he's talking about and saying. Yeah, when you have anything, you can just shape it. Oh. I guess I just turned off white space. Okay. All tends to agree. I should use this as. Is there something I'm missing here? Oh, there we go. Oh, this looks fancy. Let's see. Okay, so yet another puzzle. Potentially. Can fell from there. Can't see anything through these windows. Is there any significance that the colors of these pillars? I guess they don't. Okay, wait. Okay, blue, yellow. Blue, yellow. I'm not really processing this at all. Is there even a puzzle here? Wouldn't it be funny if this was just the ending of the game? And I just haven't accepted it yet. It most likely isn't, but it would be a bit funny. So I'm trying to figure out if this is the same room over and over again, or if these are 4 different rooms. For me, the blue pillar is like the edge. Or it would be one edge. How would it work? Is there no way to get some? Oh. Oh. Of course, I wasn't thinking outside the box. That's an issue. Right.
You're well beyond dreaming now, and further out than anyone has ever come back from. But we hope that you won't get discouraged. After all, if this is a place of pure perspective, isn't it also a place where a different point of view could make anything possible? Isn't that why you came here?
That's that's a nice spot. Okay, I came out from the water cooler. This will make sense. Okay, chessboard. Ah, okay, I get it. So using the chess pieces to see if it's safe to go. Oh. Oh! No, no, I'm wrong. It's not that, it's... I need the chess pieces to be there to be able to cross. I think... Oh. That was me being dumb. But it's... puzzles like this I think they did the best with in this game. It doesn't make any physical sense, but it makes sense like in, well, from your viewpoint. Basically, this what's I don't know if a quantum surface would be the right way to say it, but still, like we know this. Schrodinger's no, I guess Schrödinger. You know, this ground exists because I can see with this that it exists. If nothing stands there, I have no reason to believe that it exists. Goes through here. Oh. It's not a door. This shouldn't be enough, sadly. I should wait. Okay, there we go. Ah, okay, now it's starting to understand this a tiny bit. So this, when it's only, you only see the black and white, then it might as well just be like a drawing. But then if we have something else, something in 3D, we can see, actually making sure we can see this is actually space. Then the space actually appears. Okay, and... going? Ah. Oh, it's... This is based on where I'm looking. That's nice. Oh. I get this. What now? Huh? Why are we back here?
Hello, my name is Dr. Glenn Pierce, and by now you may have realised that all of this has happened exactly the way it was supposed to. You see, everyone who comes to the Institute does so because they feel that they are no longer in control of something important to them. But more often than not, the problem is not that the problems we face can't be solved. The problem is that we become so afraid of failure that we refuse to see our problems from a new perspective. And so, we do the same things again and again and again. And therein, of course, we find exactly the failure we were looking for.
A problem. I get the concepts, but there's a problem here. Think about people that are afraid of heights. They wouldn't have had the jumps. This is one example. I'm sorry bringing this down, just...
Your life will always be a struggle, and you will always have problems. But today, you had the chance to see things differently.
See, that part is
Even
cool.
though it meant facing obstacles that seemed impossible at first, you thought outside the box, and you overcame them. Because you saw things from every angle, you understood them for what they really were. Because you kept moving forward, no matter how far off the path you were told you were headed, or how unexpected it became, you found your way.
Sort of saying much, it's just out to think through.
In a few minutes, you'll be back in the real world, and some part of you will say that none of this was real. So how could it have really meant anything? But just like the power of perspective itself, it will have been as real as you believed it to be. All you've got to do is wait up.
No. Okay, it was far more intense than I was expecting. Not entirely to my taste, but it also saw the game. Without a doubt. It's worth it, the money I paid for it. I think... polish-wise, it was almost perfectly polished. There were some issues I found, with some models having too much of a... let's say... the interactability, or rather, the blocking of interactability some items had, was a trend, well, made just so stuff I picked up would be lost completely. Or close to, if I didn't find like the perfect angle to reach them. No. I think it was a fun, it was a good experience. I got a bit annoyed with the game at times, but in general, that's good. I think the message is good, but I also seen too much people that talk about themselves as really big and amazing psychologists that spout similar stuff like this, and it's a, well, fairly bad for people that listen to them. At Jordan Peterson kind of types. But I think this is a good time to stop. So I will send you guys somewhere else. Oh, nope. I accidentally closed my own stream, and let's see. Uh, just let me turn on some music. What about the music? Okay, right. I just find someone fast so you can send you guys somewhere else. There should be someone I know streaming at this hour. Uh, what are they doing? You're not sure. I will send you guys over to Retro. She is at the moment reading some spooky stuff, I guess. So it can be interesting. Raid channel Retro. Ah, okay. I cannot rate them. I don't know. Actually, no, I will just end the stream here. Thank you all for coming. I'm not sure when I'll rate stream next. Probably stream something a bit longer. But next time, bye bye.